Welcome into 𝗏𝗏𝗡 Tarot. I'm Patty. I'm an intuitive, a reader, and a healer on the twin flame path myself, here to read you a message for your twin flame journey. I believe that if you have found this video and this channel, you've been guided to do so. If you love the content, please subscribe. I'd love to have you as part of the tribe. Make sure that you tap into your intuition. Make sure that you are following your internal guidance. It's really important. And every thumbs up to the video is so valuable. I love every one of you. Thank you so much. And let's go ahead and get into the reading. Welcome into this week's mirror message for twin flames in challenge or separation. Remember, time and energy and fluid. So this message is for you when you get it, not necessarily when I draw it. Okay, let's do a little Palo Santo to clear the energy. I'm calling on spirit and grounding and protecting beforehand now, so we're all set for that. Welcome back to my beautiful subscribers. I love you guys all, and I'm so happy that you're here with me today. And welcome to the amazing new people finding the channel. My channel all of a sudden is kind of blowing up a little bit. And I'm really happy about that. So if you're new and you've never been in a mirror message before, let me tell you how that works. So it's a he said, she said spread between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. We're looking at the head space, heart space, and blocks, challenges, or whatever they're working through at the moment, okay? And then I have my new lyrics deck. I'm so excited. I haven't really done like an unboxing on this or anything. Let me finish this up. Hold on. Some for me, some for you guys. Okay. But I'm loving this lyrics deck. There are 140 cards. It's like a massive deck. It's kind of hard to handle, but I was called to do that many. I could have gone on. Music is big for me. I channel lyrics all the time. I get messages in my head about lyrics, and so I decided to make a deck. And it's really a beautiful deck. It's very pretty. We've got the piano keys and the heart music note and the lyric on each one of those. And the lyrics are all for all kinds of different relationship situations that are not all just sunshine and rainbows. You know, it's a little bit of everything. So we'll be doing, I'm going to try and maybe in most or all of my readings to use that deck at the end. So there'll be a multiple choice of lyrics, messages from your person to you. At the end, so make sure and stick around to the end of the reading. I'm also going to, I think I'm going to use my shungite. I'm going to leave that there to remind me, because sometimes I'll forget. But I think I'm going to use my shungite, and I'm going to do a yes or no question for you guys. So get a yes or no question in your mind, and we will do that after the lyrics, the very last thing. Oh, well, that's not the very last thing. And those of you who are new, I do pull a card for anyone that asks me to in the last reading. So at the very end of the video, I do individual card pulls. It's just a free thing that I do to connect with you one-on-one. I look at a card, I tell you what I'm feeling that card has to say for you for the week ahead, or for your life right now. So if you didn't get in on that in the last mirror message, in the comments of this one, ask me to draw you a card, and I will do that in the next upcoming mirror message, okay? It's about holiday time, so I'm going to try and keep my regular schedule, but it might vary just a little bit during Christmas week. Christmas is my very favorite time of year, and I do a lot of celebrating, do a lot of traditional things, so if my readings lighten up by a couple for that week, it's just because I'm enjoying the holiday with my family. So, and I will be right back at it. I'm really loving connecting with you guys. So, I feel like we got a pre-message because I wasn't asking yet. So, Queen of Pentacles, nice. And what's on the bottom? I've just filled to look. The High Priestess and the Queen of Pentacles, you guys. I'm just going to say the Divine Feminines watching this reading, you guys are in really good energy right now. You are so listening to your intuition. You are very tapped into your intuition. You know, I talk about how important that is in the twin flame journey a lot, but I feel like these two cards coming out before we even start the mirror message, you guys are really feeling stable. You're really feeling grounded. I feel like you're feeling very mature. With the Queen of Pentacles is like a mature feminine energy. And the High Priestess, I've got this moon here. There's a really big moon at her feet. It's like you're reaching for the sun, moon, and stars. I just feel like you're tapping into spirit and understanding that you can have whatever you want in your life. Really, really nice energy. So speaking of tapping in, you know, I talk about it in my little preamble to the message, my recorded one that is the same every time. A lot of people skip that, which is totally cool. Hold on, I'm going to get to that in a second. And I just want to remind you to tap into your intuition whenever you're watching any kind of collective reading. It's really, really important not to be forcing messages to fit. I do believe that out of the thousands of options, hundreds of thousands of options of readings on YouTube, that you came to this one because there is something here for you. Whether that's the whole message and it's going to really resonate and click for you, or there are going to be pieces of it that really stick with you, but other pieces are for someone else. Or maybe you're just not in the place in this place in your journey yet. Maybe you're just starting out your journey and you're in the middle and it's tough and you need to see where it can go. I tend to really, at least for the last year, I tend to really read for twin flames that are kind of more advanced in their journey, but I think that's really good because people that are newer or just finding this journey or just starting to understand it, you can see that it doesn't have to stay the rocky, tough thing, that it really is in the middle. And I'm hoping in 2022, I'm going to have an energy shift and maybe a reset and start reading for a more beginning or middle collective. We'll see what happens. But I actually have been tapping into an advanced collective for a long time. The energy, I feel like I'm in kind of the same wave of people. And I'm hoping that people are going to get to such a good place that I can start reading for people that are in more of the beginning stages or that really rocky part. Because I think that that's a place that we really need that. I might actually have to start doing a beginning journey reading and like set my intention that this is for people beginning their journey. But I only have a limited amount of time. I do the zodiacs every month, and I do pick a cards and some other readings, and I work full time, so I gotta balance it. So I got the Hanged Man as another pre-message. And the reason that I like this is one of my newer decks, and the reason that I like this deck so much is because there are some words printed here, and I feel like that when I pull this deck out and I get a specific card, that sometimes the words really are going to be exactly what I need from the card. And so this is the Hanged Man, which, you know, the classic definition is you know, trying to get some new perspective. And it's like putting yourself in a place where you're like taking a time out to get some new perspective on something, to take a step back and understand it better. This one actually says getting stronger in oneself. And what was I saying about the Queen of Pentacles? I feel like there are, and I really feel like I'm tapping into divine feminine energy when I'm saying this. Although divine feminine energy transfers over into their divine masculine's energy. So if you're getting better, they're getting better. You know, that's how that works. But I really feel like divine feminines out there are getting stronger and stronger, really, really getting in a better place. And I'm really proud of you for continuing, for keeping going, for doing the work and helping yourself. Because when you help yourself and you do your life and you put your energy into your life, you do, by default, help your twin flame. Okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and start looking at Divine Masculine's headspace. That's where we always start. Divine Masculine's headspace. What is Divine Masculine's headspace right now? What's he thinking? What's going through his mind? Going through his mind. On the moon, okay. He's not happy about the delays. He's feeling a little emotional. Okay, I was seeing the King of Swords too. We got the King of Swords. I almost said it and then I didn't. Okay, King of Swords in the world. This is all. I usually don't get them all at once, but these are all for Divine Masculine's headspace. Let's go to Divine Masculine's heart space. Crazy that I was singing King. Every time I see something that I don't blurt it out, I don't say it, I regret it. So, okay, Divine Masculine's heart space. We have the Five of Cups. I feel like I'm going to keep going. And we're going, what's Divine Masculine working through? What does he need to work through? Blocks or challenges? What does Divine Masculine need to work through right now? What divine... Okay, there it is. Which way? Hold on. Woo! Fell on the floor. And of course it fell on the floor face down. Ten of Cups in reverse. Okay. All right. Divine Feminine. What is in your headspace? The Devil in reverse. Nice. What is in your heart space, Divine Feminine? What is in your heart space, Divine Feminine? Is this it? No. What is in your heart space, Divine Feminine? Some forward movement. Your heart wants you to move. Your heart wants you to go. No more stagnancy. Okay, Knight of Swords, of course. And we also got the Star and the Judgment. And then what is Divine Feminine working through right now? Blocks, challenges. What is she working on? Two of Cups. Okay. And then the bottom of this deck is always the overall energy for Divine Masculine, so that's what I'm going to go with here. And the Sun. Divine Masculine's first card is the Moon, and the overall energy is the Sun. Look at that incredible masculine-feminine balance. Wow. Oh, Divine Masculine is worried about some money loss too. Okay, we'll get to it. I'm going to clarify. You know, I always call this the Illuminated Tarot, and I think it's not. Every time I pick it up, I call it the Illuminated Tarot, and I think it's actually something else. It's a 𝗬𝗏 deck, and I'm going to have to look it up, so I'm not going to say that. Gilded. I think it's the Gilded Tarot. It's either the Gilded or the Illuminated, and I'm going to have to look it up. I get those two confused all the time. Whew. Whoa. Divine Masculine's heart space. What is going on with you? We're clarifying this Five of Cups, and this is too much. I'm going to take the card that landed on the Five of Cups, which is, of course, the Eight of Swords, and then the Five of Pentacles. Look at the energy in Divine Masculine's heart space. It's sucky right now. Okay, we'll get to it. Man, we got Five of Cups clarified by the Eight of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. If you know anything about tarot, you're saying the same thing. Okay, we will definitely get to it. There's some disappointed energy here. The Divine Masculine's really working through in his heart space. Okay, okay, this Ten of Cups in reverse. What's this about and what Divine Masculine's challenges right now? What he's working through, what he needs to work through. What's this Ten of Cups in reverse? Get a fearful energy from this. Yeah, Three of Swords. This is too many. I can't take all. All right, I can. Nine of Cups, Five of Cups, Five of Wands in the world. We'll leave it there. Let's leave some for Divine Feminine, shall we? Okay. Clarify the Devil. Okay. Clarify the Devil. We've got the Moon also and the Empress. And then clarify the Two of Cups here for Divine Feminine. What's she working through? What does she need to work through? Clarify the Two of Cups or something flipped. Three of Pentacles, and I feel like that's the other one. The Ten of Wands. There's some heavy energy this week. This is pretty intense. King of Pentacles over here for overall energy for Divine Feminine. All right. You guys are definitely going to have some questions, so get that yes or no question in mind. Get two questions in mind. I feel like we're going to get some clarity at the end of this reading. I'm going to put this right here so I don't forget 2 yes or no questions. We're going to ask 2. Okay. I just feel like this reading is going to leave people wondering some things, and let's see if we can get a little clarity on that. I feel like we're going to get information, and I'm going to try and get as clear as I can. But your individual situation may diverge slightly from what we get here, because we're reading for a lot of people, a whole collective. But let's see. So look, the overall energy, okay, let's look at this. The overall energy for Divine Masculine is the Sun, and it says marriage. So there's this energy for Divine Masculine, but look, the Sun is frowning. I don't know if you can see it, but the actual Sun isn't happy here. What I'm getting is there's a higher level commitment that Divine Masculine was in of some sort. And let me clarify, when I say marriage, either this Divine Masculine is or was married to someone other than Divine Feminine, or in a higher level commitment to them, engaged, planning to marry someone, or they were strongly tied to someone else. And that could be a different kind of marriage, not your romantic kind of marriage. It could have been a job contract. It could have been a family member that they're really stuck to. Something like that. But Divine Masculine, the overall energy here, it feels to me like it's like what should have been happy didn't turn out that way. Okay, let me keep looking at this. So in Divine Masculine's headspace, he's really focused on some kind of deception with the moon here, and cutting out whatever was causing this deception. And I think it has to do with whoever he was tied to. Either it's a karmic romantic partner or a family member, a friend, someone very, very close that the Divine Masculine had a perceived happy relationship with. And I'm hearing that smile turned upside down, turned into a frown. You know, usually hear like turn that frown upside down, smile, be happy. It's the opposite. So this person, this Divine Masculine, is very kind of disenchanted with this person right now, this relationship, whatever it is. If there was some kind of deception, and the deception from this person caused delays in my Divine Masculine's life, and in his headspace, he's really trying to process this. He's understanding it, and he sees it very clearly now. With the wolf and the German shepherd here in the moon card too. And the wolf is... the dog is kind of looking up at the moon, but the wolf is howling. And it's like this person tried to tame the Divine Masculine in some way. This person tried to kind of hold Divine Masculine back through some kind of deception. And it's making him really emotional now because he's seeing it. I think that with the moon here, he didn't see it for a long time. And I mean, it could be years. It could be months, but it could be years. It's not weeks. Too long of a journey here. The King of Swords, though, he's really clear, though, and he's communicating how he feels. He's not silent about this. Divine Masculine is, if he hasn't brought communication to this person about how he feels about this situation, he's about to. He's not going to hold this back. He's going to be very blunt and very direct about how he feels about this situation. The world here, he's ending this for new opportunities. He's putting an end to whatever this is so he can have some new opportunities. I feel like he feels that this has been a financial drain as well. And he feels like, look, I'm going to cut my losses. It's a cutting your losses feeling. I feel like he lost money here as well, like resources, as well as emotional pain. And whoever this person that he was dealing with, they're viewing Divine Masculine as very cold right now. And Divine Masculine doesn't like being viewed that way, but he has to be blunt here. He has to be honest. And I think that part of his lesson here is being honest about how he really feels about the situation. You can't just hold someone back for selfish reasons like that and expect not to have that backlash on you eventually. I just did a video that it's releasing on, I think, Tuesday about magic when that comes up in a tarot reading. So I feel like it's been coming up a lot lately, dark magic, black magic, spell work. And I wanted to talk about, what that really means and get some information out there about the reality of that. And so we're not just like using the Hollywood meanings of that, the word magic. So, but in that I talked about the law of 3, which is basically whatever you put out there, you're going to get back to you times 3. It's a karmic law. And so if you put good out, you get good back in your life. If you put something negative out here, like holding someone back for selfish reasons, the backlash is going to come back to you, and it's going to come back to you much worse than you put it out. So this person is starting to get the backlash, whoever this Divine Masculine is hooked up with. I mean, he's having to be cold and blunt, but they've kind of earned it. And hopefully they learn their lesson from that. Divine Masculine is learning his lesson. I'm hoping that person learns their lesson too. I hope we all succeed, We all are in a different place in our journey. And it's easy to be, look really negatively on people for doing things that we perceive as bad. And, maybe are bad. But we also have to remember that we're all learning too. So hopefully this person learns something from this. So let's look at Divine Masculine's heart space. I mean, his head space is all about this deception situation. His heart space, he's hurt over this. I mean, this is a lot about this relationship with this person. The 5 of Cups here is the main energy for his heart space, which is really about feeling like you've lost so much. And money loss is too, I know we're talking cups here, but I feel like there's been a big financial loss. But what Divine Masculine needs to realize is these 2 cups, these beautiful full cups are still behind him. All the empty cups he's looking at. 2 cups of wine have spilled and 1 was water. I've never seen that in a card before in a 5 of Cups. I need to see this closer. This is a fairly new deck for me, so I don't know if you can see that, but these 2 cups in the background have spilled wine, and this one has spilled something that looks like water. So the cups that he was celebrating with, it's a deception. It's the deception. It looked like all 3 cups were filled with wine, but 1 was just water. Something was fake. So this person, whatever they pulled on the Divine Masculine, whatever the deception was, part of their relationship with Divine Masculine was genuine. And then a third of it that they tried to hide was a mask. It was something that there was a big deception, but not everything was fake. So it makes it really, really tough because, that really pulls on our heartstrings when we care about someone, and we have parts of our relationship with them are so good, but then there's something really bad, and you have to set those boundaries. And even though there are good things about someone, sometimes you have to let someone out of your life because they're not healthy for you, and maybe not healthy for themselves too. So there's a real sadness in Divine Masculine's heart right now about the situation. Well, if this person really kept him feeling stuck with this 8 of Swords, I mean, it was quite the mental prison. And his hands aren't tied here. That this character's hands are chained. So it was a really stuck energy, because you cannot, usually the Eight of Swords, you know, you have 8 swords surrounding the character and they've got a tie. And you could easily reach out and like cut yourself free with a cloth tie or leather tie even. But a chain, can you really cut yourself free? There's this feeling of this person keeping him chained down. So getting out of that mental prison would have been really hard. You know, I've been saying in my readings lately, I think it's important to remember that a mental block, you know, swords are a mental block, but your mental space is your reality. How you perceive the world is your reality. It's just as real as this, you know, deck of cards in my hand. And so, you know, getting through a mental block is harder than it sounds. But here, it was like it was almost impossible for him to get through this. Whatever it was. The Five of Pentacles, he feels really abandoned by this person. I feel like there's a lot going on about this person. Okay, this is not divine feminine. But you want to know what's going in divine masculine's world. This is what's going on. There could be a child involved here too. And there very well could be like divine masculine was sharing custody of a child with this person, or like parenting of a child, or, you know, it could be a sibling and they have like niece and nephew or something that they took care of a lot, or something. I feel like the divine masculine is feeling the loss of a child. And he's okay. I just want to show you. I don't know how well this can focus. But here's this person over here with a child in their hand, and here's divine masculine standing there with his hat in his hand. And what does that mean when you have your hat in your hand? It's like you're humbling yourself because you need or want something. And divine masculine feels like he needs to humble himself to get to this child. I feel like someone's keeping a child away from divine masculine. For some of you out there, it's not going to be for everyone that's in this twin flame collective, because I feel like it's a fairly large collective. But for some of you out there, that's going to resonate, that someone is keeping a child from divine masculine now that he's cutting someone out. But he doesn't have a lot of choice here. He's got to do it to be healthy and to do the right things for his life. You know, you don't do children any favors by staying miserable. You know, I learned that the hard way. I was in a marriage for a very long time because I was afraid that anything bad would happen to my daughter, that I couldn't provide for her, or she wouldn't have a father or whatever. And I had to learn the hard way that children are much happier if you're happy, regardless of the configuration of your relationship. So let's look at what divine masculine's working through. This Ten of Cups in reverse, like this happy family life that he thought he was going to have fell apart. And so he's having to work through the emotions from that and the headspace from that. It's heartbreaking. This has been really tough. Nine of Cups here. The thing is, though, even though he's going through this challenge because he's cutting this person out, and he's doing the healthy thing for himself with the Nine of Cups, he's doing this out of self-love. So, I mean, he's doing it for a good reason. This is what he needs to do to care for self. And when you care for self, that does translate into the people around you. When you fill yourself up with love, I'm not talking about being arrogant or selfish. I'm not talking about, I know there's a vast difference between a selfish parent and a parent that is full of self-love and wants that to translate to their child. That's very different. So I just want to make that distinction. But this divine masculine is doing this because he wants to have a happy life, and he's tired of the subversiveness. There's these mice up here in the rafters. He's not interested in letting people erode his happiness anymore. It could be this person was a little bit, or a lot, maybe, the type of person that would use like backhanded compliments, or just say little things that were intended to get in his brain and kind of erode his self-confidence or his self-love. But he's not allowing that anymore. He's cutting that out. Which I'm really proud of this Divine Masculine for doing this, these Divine Masculines. It's really hard when you have that person that you feel so much good with, but there are these things, these slivers that they stick in your brain constantly. It's kind of a gaslighting thing, a little bit of a narcissistic thing, and I know that those terms are overused right now in the media. You know, they've become popular because people are now talking about them. You know, we're not hiding these things anymore. We talk about things in the society now, which is great. You know, when I was a kid, not so much, right? Everything was, you know, mind your own business. And now we're actually trying to understand ourselves better these days, which is, I think, is wonderful. But I do see in the deceptiveness here some narcissistic kind of traits. This person that the Divine Masculine was with really felt like they had a right to deceive and undermine the Divine Masculine. And so he's finding a way out, which is really good. In the Five of Cups again, though, look, his overall heart space was Five of Cups, and there we have it again. These cups spilled over, but he does have a beautiful new beginning. Once he turns around and stops focusing on this, he's working through this right now, and that's a normal human thing. You don't go through something heavy and turn around and, you know, skip off into the sunset. You know, you have to deal with the emotions of the thing. And so that's what he's doing right now. He is in a place of sadness right now, though, because of this. Five of Wands, there's a lot of conflict too. This cutting this person out is causing a lot of conflict. There are a lot of people involved. There are multiple people involved in this. It's going to be friends, families, could be coworkers. There are going to be people coming to this person's defense that the Divine Masculine is cutting out because this person is subversive, because this person is deceptive. They're not only subversive and deceptive to the Divine Masculine. This person, that's part of their personality trait, and so other people see them in the way that they want them to see them. They project an image, but underneath that, this person is very wounded and coming from a place of needing to control other people for their own gain, and it's not a healthy place. But sometimes other people don't see that. You know, I have personal experience with that in my life too, where when you're not the complainer, and I don't think Divine Masculine is the complainer here, where every time something was bad, they go out and tell people. When you keep all that bottled up, when bad things happen, little things over and over again, or sometimes big things, and you don't go tell your friends or your family or the people that love you what's going on in your life, they only see the facade, they only see the surface. And so they probably only see the surface of this person that Divine Masculine was dealing with. They don't see what was happening underneath, behind the scenes here. But Divine Masculine does now, and I'm really proud of you. The world here, look, this is going to come to an end. So, I mean, the very last card in Divine Masculine spread is the World, which is saying, look, he's going through it right now. This is a very tough time for this Divine Masculine. It's very emotional. It's taking up his headspace. It took up this whole reading. There is nothing about Divine Feminine in this reading here. And it's because this karmic situation, and remember, karmic doesn't mean romantic. It just means you're clearing some karma with someone. And, you know, that's what's happening. There's either earlier or past life karma playing out here between these two people. But it's the important thing to know here with the World coming at the end is that this will end. I mean, with the Five of Cups here, and both of the Five of Cups, you see that Divine Masculine has a new choice in love, a new loving beginning for him to take once he processes this. He just has to finish processing it. But with the World here, I really see him, this is almost like a Fool card, poised to take a leap of faith once he heals up a little bit from this, okay? This, in the World card, this person has a wand in each hand. There's a Two of Wands, so there is a passionate choice to be made coming up. He might not see it yet, though. He might be a little bit blinded by this ending. but it's not going to last. Let's look at Divine Feminine. So, Divine Feminine, what's in your headspace? The Devil in reverse. I'm glad it's not upright. Let's see here. Let me see the other cards. So, we've got the Moon and the Empress. Okay, so what I'm getting here in your headspace, Divine Feminines who are watching, or for Divine Masculines that want to know. Look, the Divine Feminine can't see this with the Moon here as the main clarifier, and I'm feeling this as a strong pull to this side. The Divine Feminine, I mean, you know, because of the tarot reading, right? Because we're talking about it. And if it resonates with you, you're going to know this is what's happening. But in the 3D, you don't see this happening. This is a very personal journey for Divine Masculine. He's not going to be sharing this with you. It's not likely, at least not for a while. There's a jealousy component that has to do with the relationship with the Divine Masculine and this other person that he is cutting ties with. But look, Divine Feminine, this is very positive. Even though you can't see it, you're in the place where you're releasing jealousy over this situation. I think there's been jealousy over this situation in the past. And I feel with the Devil in reverse here, you releasing any jealousy about the situation. You're very much in your Empress energy. You're very much the leader of your life. You're the star of your own show right now. And you're not allowing Divine Masculine's journey and his lessons and his path to take you off yours. I feel like you're releasing any toxicity when it comes to this situation. You're releasing any jealousy. Even though you can't see it, I don't feel like you need to see it. I think you have a knowing. I think you have enough of a knowing. You know, the Empress is very intuitive. The Empress is very tapped into spirit. And we saw that in the beginning of the reading, that Divine Feminine really is tapping in with that High Priestess and the Queen of Pentacles. You're grounded, you're stable, you're tapping in, you're releasing the toxicity, the jealousy, because jealousy is toxicity. That's what I feel like is going on in Divine Feminine's headspace for the collective, for this, who this will resonate for. If some of this stuff doesn't resonate for you, it might not be a reading, or you could be here to see where this kind of relationship heads if you do the work, if you persevere. Divine Feminine's heart space, Knight of Swords, the Star and the Judgment. I think your heart feels a speeding up of the situation. I think your heart is perceiving that things are changing. You're having hope. I mean, real hope. There's a caution here. Be careful not to let your heart push, though. You don't want to go back to the push-pull energy where you're expecting this to resolve in your time frame. And, you know, don't be saying, I better hear from this person by Christmas, or I better hear from this person by New Year's, or I know I'll, you know, hear from them by the first day of spring. Don't set up that timeline, because when you start to do that, even though you feel things resolving, I mean, you feel it moving with the Knight of Swords here. I mean, your heart, you feel it moving. It's almost like you can feel wind on your heart. You know, you feel like this connection is moving, and I think that you're right there. And I think that you do believe you're going to have the wish fulfillment of this relationship coming together, even if it's just coming to peace with the Divine Masculine, whatever you want it to be. But I feel like there is a caution here. Just be careful not to set up, don't get greedy with it. Don't, because you see movement, don't expect movement in your time frame or as fast as you would want it, right? Because you're ready far further and far further ahead than the Divine Masculine is. So you have to give him his time to do things at his pace and continue doing your thing. I think that the Empress energy here, clarifying, leaving toxicity, and you got the Queen of Pentacles, you got the High Priestess. You're doing awesome. Just be careful of the expectations. That's all I'm saying. You feel it, but I tell people all the time, it's like I see things so much further out than they happen sometimes. And I used to have the tendency, and I still do sometimes, it's natural, right? When you feel like something's happening, but then it doesn't happen and you get disappointed. Sometimes I see things way further out than they really happen. Like it can be more than a year. It could be longer. And I'm not in any way saying that this is going to take that long. I don't have any idea, and I'm not trying to project that. What I am saying is be careful of setting expectations in your heart that things happen in a time frame. That's all. I don't want you to set yourself back, and that's the best way to do that. With the Judgment here, hold on. Decisions pending finality. I just feel like the wording sometimes is really important. The only decision that can be made under the circumstances. Okay, so here's the deal. I feel like this is true. I also feel like for some people, some Divine Feminines, and a lot of you are going to shake your head at this because it's not for you, but for some, and throw it in the comments if it's you too, because I'm curious. But I feel like it's important to address that for some of you, you feel the need to move forward in your life swiftly, regardless of knowing what's happening with the Divine Masculine. Like, look, I waited a long time. I've done my work. I'm in a good place. I want to be happy. I want my wishes fulfilled, and I'm going to move forward in my life. And if Divine Masculine catches up, I would be so happy. And if he doesn't, I'm still going to be happy. So there could be this real forward momentum in Divine Feminine's heart where it's like, I'm opening my heart. And you could be, with the Lover's card as a challenge here, you could be deciding to let someone else in. I see for some Divine Feminines, and please don't put in the comments that you would never do that or something, because if that's not you, it's just not you. But for some Divine Feminines out there, I think that there is this desire to move forward in your life, and willingness to let maybe a soulmate or a new love interest that would be good for you. I don't think you're going to choose anyone unhealthy at all with the Lovers here. I think it would be soulmate energy. But there's this feeling of willingness to allow that in. Because we don't know how long, we never know how long Divine Masculine is going to take, Or what he'll come across on his way too. So what Divine Feminine's working through here, I think that it is the question of, the Two of Cups is a choice in love. It's a joining of two people. It's having peace in your heart, and it says peace of mind on the card too. Wanting to build a foundation and put down the burden that comes with the twin flame connection, because anyone that says that this isn't hard is delusional. Sorry, I shouldn't be so rude. But look, this twin flame journey, it's not a big romantic thing. It is possibly the most challenging thing you'll ever go through in any lifetime. It's meant to shake you up. It's meant to... I'm seeing a blanket. So I'm seeing someone knitting a blanket. And you know how long it takes to knit, right? I did it once. I made one blanket, and I probably will never knit again. That was enough. But I know a lot of people love it. But I'm seeing the knitting, and like in the second row, or third row, just in the very beginning, dropping a stitch. And if you drop a stitch, there's this weakness there where it could unravel. And getting all the way to the end of the blanket and realizing you dropped the stitch. And there's this feeling of the twin flame journey. There's a weakness in your armor. There's a drop. You dropped a stitch in your life somewhere, and it's something that can harm you. It's something that can unravel you. And so Spirit literally pulls the string and undoes everything so you can get to that one point and start over and build stronger. And that's the image that I'm getting for this. It's like, it's hard because it's like, in some ways, it's starting all over. But it's meant to make you stronger. It's meant to make you better. And it's meant to make you useful. I'm sorry, that sounds kind of funny, but look, it's twin flames are not twin flames just to have a great romantic partnership. And sometimes they aren't even romantic. But it's not just for a great partnership. It's because you can then, you know, when you heal enough, when you grow enough, when you expand enough and ascend enough, you can go out and help other people on their path. And you are lighting the way. You're a light worker. Twin flames are kind of the ultimate light worker. You light the way for other people. But Spirit has to make you strong for that. And there's a lot of unraveling that goes with it. So there is this feeling here of Divine Feminine choosing possibly to let in another soulmate. Possibly. And this is not for everyone, but I feel like there are going to be people out there that really resonate with that. Wanting to build a foundation for self and put down the heavy burden. You've done your work. You deserve your wish fulfillment here, Divine Feminine. And let's face it. Let's really understand that not all twin flame relationships come into union. Especially romantic union. They don't all happen. Some people choose not to do the work, and it's very individual. If you don't do enough work on yourselves, you're not going to be in alignment, because coming into union is literally you've aligned your edges through healing and ascension, and you need your person to align their edges through healing and ascension, so you're a match, so you fit together harmoniously. If you don't do that, if one person hasn't healed and the other person has, you can't fit. It can't work. And there's this feeling of Divine Feminine ready for something that's going to work. Because we don't come into this lifetime with only one possibility of love. We have a soul family. I mean, it is expansive how many people out there you could fit with. And there are, you know, I don't know how many, but there are multiple people out there that you could be very happy with. There's not one soulmate. You may find one that you're absolutely attached to and feel like you wouldn't want to live without, and that's beautiful. And if that happens for you, I'm so happy for you. You might have that relationship with your twin flame. It's just harder. But if you both do the work and come to that place, there's nothing that's going to ever break you apart. If you really do it. Power couple vibes, right? All right, overall energy with the King of Pentacles here. Look, Divine Feminine's ready for her King of Pentacles. That's why I left this for the end of the reading, I think. Yeah. I mean, we saw Queen of Pentacles for her energy at the beginning. King of Pentacles, she wants her counterpart. This Divine Feminine is quite ready for her counterpart. If it's Divine Masculine, I think that she will likely welcome it. If it's someone else, I think she will welcome that. Genuinely. And that's beautiful. There's nothing wrong with that. Twin flames are not just about romance. It's about so much more. It could be that for some of these Divine Masculines, I really see them learning and coming forward. It's a mixed bag. Some will get stuck in this period of grief for an extended point of time, and you don't know how long, or stumble across other things that they need to work on. It didn't tell me that. Knight of Wands, you know, there could be some player energy to deal with some of these people. Some of them haven't learned how to control passion yet. King of Cups, some of the Divine Masculines haven't learned to speak their emotions yet. So there could be things to work on. Eight of Cups in reverse. Some of them will not be walking away from this connection, though. So we got a mixed bag here. We've got a set of Divine Masculines that need to work on player energy. They need to work on loyalty and being with one person and understanding why they have the hole in their heart that makes them desire multiple partners and not be able to stick with one. If that's the kind of relationship style that you have, most of us do. With the King of Cups that we saw, you know, some Divine Masculines just have a really tough time talking about love, talking about their emotions, and you've got to be able to express it. You got to be able to talk openly with each other for it to work. And then there's the set that are just come hell or high water. They are not walking away from this situation. They're not walking away from their twin flame. Those are the ones that are going to persevere and come forward. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and pull these up. And we will do our song lyrics, and then we'll do our questions. 2 questions I'm doing. I'm glad you guys stuck to the end so we can do this part. Okay. Eight of Swords in reverse. Look, a lot of them are getting unstuck because of this. I'm just saying. A lot of these Divine Masculines, this cutting of this relationship is what's going to clear that mental block for them. They will no longer be stuck for some. Okay, song lyrics. Here is my lyrics deck. All right, we're going to get 3 choices. What are they? I'm going to get Soda Light. Some of you are definitely going to choose Soda Light. This is about clearing your throat chakra and being able to speak your love, your heart, your mind. I'm going to get Amethyst. This one is about really tapping into your intuition, tapping into spirit, following what spirit tells you. And I am going to get the Red Jasper Heart, I think. This one is going to be about your root chakra. This is going to be about having that feeling of safety and security. Okay? Those are my intentions. Go ahead and pick your option, 1, 2, or 3. There won't be timestamps for this because it's just a kind of a little pick within the reading. But I'm going to draw 1 lyric for each, and we'll see how your person would put what they're feeling into music for you right now. Okay? 1 for each. 1 for Soda Light. 1 for Soda Light. Okay, whoa. That is the Soda Light lyric. Okay. 1 for Amethyst. 1 for Amethyst. This is such a huge deck to shuffle. I couldn't contain myself. I couldn't make it any smaller. It was tough to make it this small. But any bigger and I wouldn't have been able to shuffle it at all. Okay. Amethyst. What is the lyric for Amethyst? 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 There it is. Okay, Amethyst gets... No, that's 3. I'm going to take... Oh, that's 4. I'm going to take the top 2. We can't take that many Amethyst. Sorry. but I will take 2. I'll take both the top ones. And then one for Red Jasper. One for Red Jasper. It's okay. Red Jasper gets 2. Take the top one there. All right, I'm going back and getting another one for Sodalite because this feels unbalanced and it's bugging my OCD. One more for Sodalite. What else would Sodalite say? I didn't really mean for this to be like this. Normally it's just going to be 1, but Spirit gets what Spirit wants. All right, so sideways. I just put my cards in there sideways and I never do that. Why did I do that? Something's coming out a little sideways right now. Maybe Divine Masculine's thoughts. I mean, I think Divine Masculine might be afraid that his words come out a little sideways. There might be a little fear of that. Straightening. I'm straightening all my rings, and I'm feeling like this preparation energy of like dotting all my I's, crossing all my T's, making sure everything feels perfect so it doesn't come out sideways. Okay, so Sodalite, your lyrics. The first one is oh, I love this song. I love this song. It's one of my very favorite songs of all time. It's The Beauty of Who You Are by Marc Broussard. If you guys don't know Marc Broussard, listen to him. He's outstanding. And it says, baby, I'm so into you, every whisper from your soul to my heart. Baby, I know it's true. You're a sweet little mystery sent to me from the stars. And that's the beauty of who you are. Wow, I like that. All right, and you also got Whatever It Takes by Lifehouse. This Sodalite option really wants to talk. A strangled smile fell from your face. What kills me is that I hurt you this way. The worst part is that I didn't even know. There's a million reasons for you to go. But if you can find a reason to stay, I'll do whatever it takes to turn this around. I know what's at stake. I know that I've let you down. And if you give me the chance, believe that I can change. I'll keep us together, whatever it takes. Nice. Nice, nice. Amethyst. You get Truly, Madly, and Deeply by Savage Garden. I'll be your dream, I'll be your wish, I'll be your fantasy. I'll be your hope, I'll be your love, be everything that you need. I'll love you more with every breath. Truly, madly, deeply, do I love you. Wow. These are, I have all kinds of different lyrics in here. They're not all sappy and happy. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff in here. Okay, there's some fire in the amethyst pile. 'Cause we're hot like hell, does it burn when I'm not there? When you're by yourself, am I the answer to your prayers? I'm giving you the pleasure of heaven, and I'll give it to you hotter than hell. And that's Hotter Than Hell by Dua Lipa. Wow. So there's this amazing feeling of love and of passion, like overwhelming passion with the amethyst pile. So let's go to the Red Jasper Heart. Your first lyric is After All by Elton John and Charlie Puth. I love this song. Can't fight this feeling any longer. I lie awake and realize that you're better than my dreams. Thought I found love so many times till you showed me what it means. I don't even feel like I need to explain. Sometimes I want to talk about the cards, but I feel like the lyrics enough. And the last one is Maps by the 𝗂𝗂𝗂𝗂s. So this is for Red Amethyst Heart. Made off, don't stray. My mind's your kind. I'll stay the same. Pack up, don't stray. Oh, say. Wait, they don't love you like I do. Wait, they don't love you like I love you. Oh, we were just talking about Divine Feminine, thinking about letting someone else in, and Divine Masculine is like, screw that. I'm telling you, I'm very much feeling this could be, it could be the other way around. This could be Divine Feminine to Divine Masculine too. But I think for most of you, we were just talking in the mirror message about Divine Feminine possibly letting someone else in, and Divine Masculine had a huge reaction to that. Wait, they don't love you like I do. Wait, they don't love you like I do. Wait. Now, let me just say something about that before you get in waiting energy, waiting for your Divine Masculine. they have a lot of opportunity to come forward to you. So your divine masculine has chosen something else or someone else. It could be months, it could be years. And they had every opportunity to turn that around for all that time. Every single day is a new opportunity to make a new choice. You don't just make a choice and then live with that choice for years. You have the opportunity every day, actually every minute, to make a new choice. So temper your desire to get into waiting energy, because you have to remember the self-respect of not being in waiting energy. Not being in waiting energy is really about self-respect, divine feminines, and part of your lesson here is to learn that in the face of the person that you probably love the most. Everybody needs to treat you with respect, and it starts with you treating you with respect. And you being in waiting energy, sitting around waiting for the divine masculine to do their thing and come to you, is very counterproductive. It's never going to happen because you're in the wrong energy. You have to be in your own good, positive energy doing your life. Now, whether you let someone else in, that's up to you. But don't wait around watching the clock, okay? Beautiful, beautiful lyrics, though. Okay. All right, individual card pulls. Let's get to those. Okay, I've got stones everywhere. Okay. So, who do we have here? We're starting out at the bottom. We're starting out with, let's see, Card Please by 𝗙𝗏. I'm going to use Grand Lux. Okay, I'm going to get one card for each person from now on. I'm starting to get a lot of requests, so I'm going to have to keep it to one card. But I am going to do that for as long as I can. Okay. Eventually, I might have to go to a single card request reading where I just do everything. That's all our card requests. But for right now, I'm going to keep it at the end of the videos because I feel like that's the best place for it. 𝗙𝗏, what's going on for you, my love? What's going on for 𝗙𝗏? There it is. 9 of Wands, 𝗙𝗏. And I am going to look at the bottom of the deck. So we actually technically would get to. Look, you are definitely seeing that it is time for you to look up. You've been through some heavy stuff. And you've done a really, really good job of starting to put it behind you. But once you do that, you have to look up and you have to keep going. What were you just talking about? Awaiting energy, and this is what I'm seeing. You're really getting a strong wake-up call about your need to get up and go forward in your life. I think you've learned your lessons. 𝗙𝗏, I think you've done a lot of the work here. And remember, I don't know your life, but I really see with these 9 wands behind you and the 1 in your hand, I feel like you've done the work. I mean, we're always still working and growing and learning, right? That never ends. But the main part of the work that you need to do, I feel like you've done it. I feel like that's behind you. I feel like you just need to stand up and keep going now. I feel like you've been in a little bit of a resting energy, and that's okay. You just can't live there. Okay? That's what I'm seeing for 𝗙𝗏. Odette O is next. Odette, what is your card? Odette, what is your card? What does Odette need to know most on this one? What does Odette need to know most? Knight of Cups. What's hidden is the Ace of Cups. What I'm really seeing is the fear of a love offer being painful. So I've got these 2 swordfish in front of this Ace of Cups in front of the Knight. The Knight isn't actually holding the cup, so it really is truly the Ace of Cups from this card. But what's in front of this Ace of Cups are 2 swordfish with a really long pointy noses. I feel like you feel like the emotions could hurt you. Like, I think that you want someone to come forward with a love offer, but you're afraid of it. And what Spirit's trying to show you here is in the Ace of Cups card. Look at this. The fish surrounding it are goldfish. They're harmless. So I feel like that this is a perception for you, that if this person comes forward with an offer of love, that it's going to be painful. But I think the reality here, and there's angelfish in the back, which is telling me that angels are guiding this. They're protecting you. And you do learn enough that you build your own layer of protection. So look, when this person comes forward, or there could be someone coming forward to you, don't worry so much about them hurting you, because you've grown and you're stronger now. You're not that fragile person that you used to be. You're stronger now, and that makes a love offer safer, because you are your own layer of protection. You're going to be very good at ferreting out anything that's not genuine. That's what I'm getting from that one for you, Odette. I hope that helps. Jackie Joe, what do we got for you, my love? Jackie Joe, what card? Okay, I got the Chariot sideways. I'm going to leave it sideways. And then we got the King of Swords. So here's you not knowing whether to race forward or rear back. You're going to feel like you're in a very in-between phase right now. And I feel like you're getting really clear, though. I don't feel like it's going to stay that way. I think you're going to get really clear. And it's not going to stay that way. But I feel like right now you're in this, should I race forward on something, or should I totally pull back? And it's like a war in your head about that. So all these clouds around, it's like you feel like things are just kind of unclear. But I do see clarity coming for you. I feel like a lot of wisdom coming for you. Just to have a little bit of patience, because you're going to come to the place where you feel this. Just hold in spot for a little bit, kind of hang out for a little bit. You don't have to totally pull back. You don't have to run forward. Just kind of let yourself be for just a little bit, I'm feeling. Because clarity is going to come for you and make it really easy for you to go one direction or the other. Okay. What do we got? Holly is next. A card for Holly, please. What card will help Holly the most right now? Holly, my love, what is for you? What is for you? That is for you. Look at you, got the Knight of Cups too. And you got the Lovers on the back. So what am I getting from the Knight of Cups for you? Okay. It's interesting how I can see the same card 500 times and I see something different every time. The Knight's helmet is made out of seahorses here, which I have literally never seen. Seahorses facing each other. There's a seahorse here and one here, and their wings are up. They've got these little wings like dragons. So they're like sea dragons, but they really look like seahorses. Seahorses mate for life. Look, there are emotional times, there are rocky times, there are painful times, and a lot goes into love. But when you choose a life partner for the rest of your life, and I feel like you've done that. I just feel like you've chosen your partner. With the Lovers here, there's this feeling of gentleness. There's this feeling of being easy on each other. I'm hearing that song by Adele, Go Easy on Me. It's a newer song by Adele. It's called Go Easy on Me. Listen to that song. There's this need for you to be gentle on each other, and not with the, I'm not going to keep going, but with the Five of Swords here, not to push for victory, no matter what the cost here. Look, your heart has chosen someone, and for now, while you're still in this space, maybe you'll always be in this space of loving this person and wanting this person. While you're in this space with this person, just be easy on each other, okay? Don't do too much battle. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. Let me see if there is anything else. I think that was the last one for this reading. Yeah, so that concludes our mirror message. Let's do, I didn't do the pendulum. See, I need to have it right in front of me or I forget. But for those of you who hung out for it, so we're going to do our first yes or no question. Still feel the need to fix my rings. There's something about needing to, like, preparations. Okay. First yes or no question for this collective in the twin flame journey. Is the answer yes or no? Oh, I forgot to show you. You're all, she didn't do it. Look, if it goes this direction, that's a yes for me. If it goes this direction, that's a no for me. That never changes. That's just how it is. Some people let that change up time to time, but that's just how it is for me. I'm a creature of habit. All right. For this collective, is it a yes or no for question 1? Going around in a little circle. Nothing's happening. Hold on. It's really thinking. There's like an indecision here. I'm getting it's really just vibrating at the tip. This is so weird. Hold on. Let's just watch it for a minute. There's such indecision here. And now it's going catty corner. I almost never have this happen. They don't know. Something hasn't been decided in whatever your question is. There is no way to know. Let's do it 2 more times. I like to ask 3 times, and then we'll go on to the second one. That was a trip. Okay, for this collective, what is the answer to their question? It's doing that vibrating thing again. Such a trip. I'm not accustomed to this. I usually get a pretty concise answer. Just getting it vibrating. It's the same thing. It's like they can't, there's no clear answer. Okay. I almost never have this happen. One more time. For this collective, is the answer to their first question yes or no? Come on. Pendulum. Yes or no? Give me something. Tell me maybe if you need to. Just tell me something. Very gently, it's going catty corner. It's an I don't know. I don't know what you're asking, but it's an unknown. Let's go to your second question. Your yes or no question. Let's see if we can do a little better. Okay. Pendulum stop. For the collective watching this video, is the answer to question 2 yes or no? Ah, that's more definitive. We're getting a yes. Thank you. All right, let's ask 2 more times. Pendulum stop. The answer to number 2, question 2, is it yes or no for this collective? We are again getting a yes. It's a really definitive yes. Pendulum stop. For question number 2, is the answer yes or no for this collective? And we're getting a 3rd definitive yes. Okay. So first question is the spirit doesn't know. Something hasn't been decided. Or it's being hidden from you. There could be a reason that they don't want you to know something. Maybe it has to do with your journey. Question 2 is a definite yes. Okay, guys, I love you. Please hit like on the video. Genuinely appreciate that. And I will see you next time.